I guess the first one I saw that I was like, oh, this is brilliant. This is great with Scott Pilgrim.
Mr. Pilgrim! It is I, Matthew Patel.
I was like, this is fun. I get a feeling remembering the movie. You know what I mean? When a movie makes like such an impression on you that it puts a smile on your face when it comes up in conversation or you remember it. And that's what that movie does for me. I remember the performances also, like what a fun killer cast, like full of discoveries of a bunch of really interesting actors. And the music, right? Edgar Wright gets the music pitch perfect. Like the needle drops are fun. I mean, so, and this music movie was no different. Like the music is just so cool.
Hey Lee, how you doing?
Good. I'm good. How you guys?
We're doing
So well.
excellent. Yes. Thank you so much for sharing your time with us. We absolutely love you, and we loved you in this movie as well. You were so awesome.
Oh, good. That was my question for you. I was like, what did you guys think of the film? What did you see? What did you like?
Yeah, it was a lot of great action, and honestly, it was just that right Edgar Wright humor. We loved it.
Yeah, Edgar Wright is the reason I wanted to do this movie. I am such a fan of his. He always takes you on a fun ride. And in my first call with him, he said, I have loved this Stephen King novel for years, and I've been thinking about how to bring it to the big screen. And, this is the character I want you to play, this kind of, badass phantom that's like chasing Ben Richards. And he was like, I'm thinking maybe your character wears a mask. And like, how do you feel about that? Do you think you can work with that? And I was like, you've come to the right person. I love a mask. I highly recommend wearing masks in movies because it does a lot of the work for you, right? Like, there's your character, mystery, and a kind of cool, unbothered projection of violence,
Definitely.
Love that. And I think you definitely get that in this world. But we'd love to know, like, going back to working with Edgar, where was he, I guess, in your mind, like, as a director, and what was it like being on set with him? How was he like as a director to work with?
I mean, I'm a fan of his as as an audience member, but I just became such a fan of his as a person, seeing him put this movie together. He started filming this movie, I guess it was exactly a year ago today. So he has put this massive movie together in under a year. And it's like a big movie. And I said to him the other day, because I just watched it on Friday, like, from our first conversation to the script I read before we started filming to the movie I saw on Friday of last week, like, you did it. You made the film you set out to make. You understood exactly what you wanted that audience to experience, and then technically knew how to pull it off, right? Like, as an actor working with Edgar Wright, you don't even really feel like you're being directed. You just feel like you're kind of playing around with something. And then he'll come over and you'll have a conversation about cinema, and he is like an encyclopedia of cinema, the number of films that he has digested, and his opinions about them are just like so interesting. I could talk to him all day about this stuff, but you find, like, in doing it, you understand a little bit better about the movie he's trying to make and the performance he wants to see you give. He's trying to make the movie he wants to see, and he loves his cast. Like, he loves these people, and he wants to see them, like, entertain, right? So it was definitely such a rewarding experience working with him.
That's amazing. Do you have, like, is there a day on set with Edgar and everybody on set that you're like, this was like my favorite day to be part of The Running Man?
I have some cool fight in the movie, and I love doing a fight. I love preparing for the fight, choreographing it with the stunt team. And you just rehearse so that the choreography is safe for the actors and the crew, and the camera can believe the fight. But then when you get on set, you want to forget about all that. and just play the character and kind of lose yourself in the aggression of, I mean, with McCone, he's like a rabid dog. He's nothing but aggression. And take the hits and let them hurt. And when you punch to kill. And working with someone like Glen Powell on that, who also is like gonna give you 1,000%. I mean, it was thrilling to be a part of it. I mean, I limped home. I like went back home with like bruises, but you know, I can take it.
And that was just from Edgar, I believe, right?
Yeah, just Edgar. Get it right, get it.
You know, when you look back to his like original Cornetto trilogy, there's so many films from there that we just absolutely love and that shaped us. For yourself, which one of those movies really stood out to you and made you go like, oh yeah, now I'm a huge Edgar Wright fan?
I guess the first one I saw that I was like, oh, this is brilliant. This is great, was Scott Pilgrim. I was like, this is fun. I get a feeling remembering the movie. You know what I mean? When a movie makes like such an impression on you that it puts a smile on your face when it comes up in conversation or you remember it. And that's what that movie does for me. I remember the performances also, like what a fun killer cast, like full of discoveries of a bunch of really interesting actors. Yeah, I would say that one. And the music, right? Like Edgar Wright gets the music pitch perfect. Like the needle drops are fun. I mean, so, you know, and this movie was no different. Like the music is just so cool. I like the song that plays at the closing credits. I don't want to spoil it for the audience, but it's just like the perfect tune after the ride he's just taken you on.
Yeah, that's actually a perfect movie for us because we're from Toronto and that's just like a hometown film for us.
Yeah. Oh, I love Toronto. I've had a great time shooting in Toronto.
Yeah, it's the best. Hopefully we'll get to see you next time you're here. But, you know, Lee, for yourself, you know, the idea of The Running Man, how well do you think you would do being on a game show like that?
I have no interest in running in The Running Man. You can keep your $1 billion. I'm not doing it, but I'm having a great time watching Glen Powell do it. He's really doing it right.
Were there any game shows growing up that you wish you got to be on?
I mean, I remember staying home from school on a sick day and watching The Price is Right. And you kind of are lulled into thinking, oh, money is just a spin of the wheel. Sometimes you land on a jackpot. Sometimes you come up with nothing. It's just luck. I mean, isn't it crazy how like these game shows, any kind of TV, kind of condition your mind to think in a certain way?
I love that you kind of touched upon also working, you know, while covered in a mask, and you've had the experience of working like covered in a lot of makeup and now a mask as well. Like as an actor, when you're kind of approaching a role like that, like how does the preparation look like?
Well, I mean, I guess the way I think about it is they do have a face. They're just hiding it, right? There's like a mystery they're trying to create, not only to the other characters in the story, but for the audience. They're trying to allow the audience to project upon them, or that which I think McCone is doing. Create this kind of mystery about them. So that's, I guess, the way I think about it. But technically, I guess you have to think about what your body's doing in a different way, because it's really telling a story that you want to make specific and right. And with McCone, I guess I just wanted the character to take up the space. You know, he wants to like own the stage when he's got it. And even with his nonchalance, even with the kind of cool, relaxed, hanging out of the helicopter with a big elephant rifle on his hip, he's just, you know, taking up the space, having a good time watching Ben Richards kind of score on this game, because he knows the kill is going to be cooler, right? He's like, go ahead, Ben Richards. You're putting on the show. Like, they're liking it, you know?
Yeah, he's definitely like a larger than life character. And again, sometimes you kind of forget, you're like, oh yeah, that is Lee Pace under there, because you're just really just so locked into that performance.
Yeah, I love a larger than life character. I have a good time playing them. I like it that directors, you know, when they have one like it, they kind of look in my direction. every once in a while.
We're, again, like we said, we're such huge fans of yours. You know, we actually got to speak to you it was like a 3-minute interview we did for Foundation a couple years ago.
Oh, no way.
And
we never forget it though.
yeah, it was literally one of the fastest.
So
interviews
what do you think about how the show has developed over these seasons?
Oh my God.
Wild.
Massive.
It's just wild. And I think just the fandom for it is just so incredible to see how passionate that group of fans is for what you guys are doing. So just we're so grateful for your time again today, and I really hope that we get to talk, and hopefully when you're in Toronto next, we'll get to see you there too.
I'd love that. We're cooking up season 4 now, and it's cool.
Yeah.
Can't wait.
Yeah.
We cannot wait to see it. Lee, thank you so much again for your time, and congrats again on this one.
Thank you. I really enjoyed the conversation.